Hello, good after. No, that's a good morning over to you at in the UK, and good evening over in Singapore. So depending on where you are tuning in, yes, good morning, good afternoon. I mean, it is really nice to be back on the live streaming again. You know, we're going to have just a casual chat for those of you who have joined us for the very first time. This is Lilian here, and this is the Voices of Courage Asia channel. We have taken a long break. So many things have been happening, the festive period, the new year, and all that. So yes, but the good news is you are back, and we're going to have more live streaming, more female entrepreneurs that we're going to have that conversation with. And tonight or today, um, I'm not sure, which time of the day should I be using this. Yeah, I'm very, very happy and very delighted to have Philippa Taylor, all the way from the United Kingdom. And she is no stranger to us. She is one of our volunteers at Women of Courage Asia. And today, I'm going to learn more about her and what does she do. Most of us in the community, I think, have not really learned about what you actually do in your business. So this episode is all about you, Philippa, and tell us about what you do, why you're so passionate about it, right? Yeah,
Oh,
maybe you want to
lovely.
just give a very in a nutshell, introduce yourself to the audience.
I will do. And thank you. First of all, thank you so much for inviting me. I feel very honoured to be joining you because I've loved being part of Women of Courage Asia. So it's lovely to be able to have this opportunity to chat with you. So thank you. So my name is
Welcome.
Philippa Taylor. My business is Feel Fab Naturally, and I'm a mum. I'm a servant to two rescue cats. There's one behind me. The other one will probably join us at some point. I've been a public relations consultant for, 35-ish years, in-house in London agencies, running my own company, freelancing. I love traveling. I've been to Singapore only for a few days, but and it was a long time ago, but I love it. I love traveling around Southeast Asia. I'm a great water sports advocate. Some of my traveling was into Taiwan, Hong Kong, Indonesia with dragon boating. I've rowed. I do outrigger canoeing, which I've done over in the States mostly. And I have my life in the middle of nowhere in my lockkeeper's cottage along a canal just north of London. So that's me in a nutshell.
Wow, I didn't know that part of your life. Wow, that was like how many years ago was that? All that traveling and the dragon boat.
I started dragon boating when I gave up rowing. So that was about 1985, no, 89, 89. And then I went to Singapore traveling around 2000, I think it was.
Mm.
I can't remember. My husband's so much better at dates, but I've loved it. It's been such a great sport. It's been amazing.
Wow, I'm trying to imagine you doing dragon boating.
I'll find a photo and share it with you.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah. So what about, let's talk a little bit about your business. What is your business all about and what's so unique about it?
Oh, great question. It's about healthy aging. Because when I was introduced to it, somebody just said to me, it's about healthy aging. And I go, interested. I'm really interested. I'm 55. This was 6 years ago. And I said, but I'm also quite skeptical. So, curiosity, skeptical, curiosity, skeptical. And it turned out that it was an American company based around activating your body to do what it used to do. And I thought, that sounds good. But that skepticism came in, and I thought, I'll check it out on PubMed, which is like an online medical library.
Mm-hmm.
And I found that there was independent peer reviewed science. The whole area was covered by hundreds of thousands, a couple of 100,000 research pieces. So I thought, that is amazing. Who's not getting older every day? Who wants energy all day long? Who wants to sleep better? Who doesn't want aches and pains? So I started by taking the lead product, and I didn't have anything wrong with me. I was just middle-aged, and I realized that I wasn't feeling middle-aged at that point after, a couple of months. In fact, my husband turned to me one day in bed in the morning. He said, "Who are you?" And I was like, "What do you mean, who am I? We've been together 20 years. You might want to recognize me." And he said, "No, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. You're laughing and chatting, not demanding coffee and hiding under the duvet." And I went, "Oh, that's different." So
Mm.
what makes it unique is in fact the unique products, the benefits they give you in terms of, as I say, your energy, your sleep, your lack of inflammation, you can't get in any other way. And as a business person, that really appealed to me, that it was unique but universal. It works for men, women, dogs, horses, cows. But I just thought, my goodness, this is going to make a difference. So that's why I joined the business.
Right. So how long were you, being a consumer of the products before you actually choose to go into the business?
I think it was about 2 or 3 months, because we had a holiday, I had some work going on, and I wanted to experience it for myself. And I really quickly realized that I was getting more energy, so I had more bandwidth to do more. And I'd got to that point where I was thinking, is this it? I wanted more community. I wanted to be of service. I wanted to add value to people, not companies. With my PR work, it was all about companies. So I very quickly decided that this was my vehicle to serve people.
And you do have so-called, the a target audience, the people that a particular group of people that you serve.
Yeah, that's something that has evolved over time, because the products are universal. I was very excited at the beginning, and I thought, I can help everybody. And then I realized that was possibly a little bit ambitious. So I thought, women like me, in their sort of late 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, that point where self-care becomes important, because you've been running, looking after your family, having a job, having a life, and you're sort of burning the candle at both ends, and you just want to have a bit more get up and go, and then you can do more of what you like. So I've sort of niched into midlife women, because I think that's my experience, that's my story, and I've got hundreds of other stories about it, that it makes sense to talk authentically from that position.
Right, right. Thanks for actually highlighting that, because as entrepreneurs, we talk about business, we talk about strategy. It's very important that we find a niche, right? I know we want to serve everybody, and when we found a product or a service, or a knowledge and insight, whatever that was, we find that it's of value and it's so valuable to us that we are so enthusiastic to share it with the whole world. Like just now you said, you want to share with everybody, right? But putting on the business hat, business owner's hat, I think it's important that we find a niche, right? And this is something that I also encourage our community in our Her Courage Business Network to always find that niche. Otherwise, you'll be swimming in the red ocean. It's very important to find your blue ocean. And you love blue, right? We're supposed to,
Yeah, we do.
I'm putting on a blue jacket for you.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
Yes. So for those audience out there, if you're starting out, um, remember this, right from the get-go, Philippa already given a very, very good tip for you, and that is to find your niche. Okay, find your niche. Right, now let's talk about some of the struggles or challenges, starting out as an entrepreneur. I know you came from the corporate world, you have a wealth of experience in the corporate world. What were some of those challenges, starting out as a entrepreneur?
Yeah, it was a more the mindset than it was the practicalities, because I'd moved from the corporate world to being an entrepreneur in my PR business,
Mm-hmm.
and I certainly didn't want to repeat the exercise of setting up from scratch again. I excuse me. I didn't want to create a website, do my branding, do all the invoicing. I wanted to do what I love doing. So when this was put in front of me as an opportunity, the fact that it was a business in a box really appealed to me, because I could then not have to spend time and energy doing something else. So it was more about finding that, accepting that it was a community who was supportive, not competitive,
Mm-hmm.
and that was, this resource of people who would give me advice and mentor me and train me for free, when you've been working on your own or in corporate, was like, oh, they're not trying to beat me, they're trying to help me. And I found that, it took me a while to accept that and to reach out when I had a question. And
Mm-hmm.
that's turned out to be a complete blessing with the personal development as well.
Right.
And just knowing that there were resources that were available to me, and I love learning, and I'd got out of the habit of learning because I was so busy doing. If that makes any sense.
I think you're not speaking for yourself. I know a lot of women out there and spoken with many. We are so conditioned or so naturally, geared into just doing, doing, and more doing.
Yeah, and it's taking that step back and thinking, my old thinking got me to where I was, so I need to
Mm-hmm.
do something a little bit different and
Mm-hmm.
just be curious and change that. So I had to sort of take that sort of corporate shell and put it over here and go, okay, this
Mm-hmm.
is me. I still do some PR, but I have a different mindset, because it's that service value piece for me that lights me up.
Right. Yeah, I think we just got that second learning points from you. While you were just sharing your experiences, I caught another learning point from Philippa, and that is to be a lifelong learner, right? You mentioned that you are, because we are so caught up with all the doing, 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 that we don't take time to pause and do some strategic thinking, strategic planning, and learning, feeding ourselves, with new information. And there's so many areas, like especially in the area of personal development, because over at our community at her Courage Business Network, we believe that your business is an extension of you. Your business is an extension of you. And I'm not the one who actually coined this statement. Is I heard this from my coach, and I resonated so much with what he said, and it is so true. Our business is an extension of us. And a lot of because our platform cater to solopreneurs and micro enterprises, so we don't have that support system. Many don't have that, boardroom, the board of directors, right, to come together and brainstorm, do strategic planning and thinking. So, which is why we actually started the weekly mastermind roundtable. Yeah, for all the female entrepreneurs. So thank you for highlighting that point, which is really, really important to invest in the personal development, because the business owner, if reflects the business, right?
Yeah, so true.
Right. So, what other are there any other like mindsets or belief system that you need to actually address to overcome those challenges? I know just now you mentioned, are they, um, they're not competing with you, but they're actually trying to help you. That was one mindset that you renewed, right? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And your point about your business as an extension of yourself,
Mhm.
it took me it took me a while to understand that being vulnerable and sharing your story, and not trying to be Mrs. Perfect,
Mhm.
and they say, we've all got history, life happens to us all,
Yeah.
sadly, but life happens. that was acceptable and was helpful, to actually say to other people, you don't have to put, again, a corporate face on. You don't have to pretend like a swan, you're all graceful at the top and underneath you're going like this.
Mm-hmm.
You share what life is like, and
Mm-hmm.
that took me a bit of a shift, but I watched what other people were doing. They showed
Mm-hmm.
me the path to follow, and I was like, okay, that's they're not getting shot down, they're not being criticized, people are engaging and connecting with that
Mm-hmm.
authenticity. Excuse me. And I thought, okay, and I've started to do that more, and it's been incredible.
Yeah, I think that key word there is authenticity, right? Just being true to yourself, being you, just being you. And people are attracted to you. There are people who will resonate with you, your pain and and they will be attracted to how if you are sharing, what you are doing to overcome your challenges, people will be are attracted to you. And when you are being you, being authentic, I think that's the word there, right? Being authentic, being real, being genuine, just be you, right? You don't have to pretend to be somebody, put on that whatever mask. um, I think people can feel it. After a while people can feel it, yeah. Whether you are congruent or not, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah,
so yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, so that's another point for you. Authenticity, right? Being true to yourself. Yeah. Were there any other challenges that and that you had to address?
Uh, I think it was, for me, the only other thing, when I was thinking about this, was I've always had a service business in terms of providing a consultancy. So to be talking about products felt quite different.
Yeah.
But when I realized that, this was something that everybody could benefit from, and it was a gift in my hands, why wouldn't I just introduce people to it? And that was a very different sort of conversation with myself, rather
Mm.
than going, I can help you unpick your corporate problems, to I can help you as a person feel like you again. So that was a
Mhm.
bit of a shift for me, definitely.
Right, right. So, so what were the some of the actions that you took, right? To especially, I think maybe probably in your industry may actually be an advantage. Sorry to say that, during the pandemic, yeah, because it's about health, right? And I mean, during the pandemic, it's a lot of people just going through the panic attack and very fearful. Yeah, or they will suddenly start looking at their health, start looking at health products, supplements, whatever you name it, right? Um, what happened during that time for you, and what actions do you took to like stay in the game and
Mm.
continue to achieve your goals? I'm sorry, that's
Thank you.
quite
There's
a
a
number of questions thrown at you.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll pick up on what I came on first on that side. And for me, it was about, again, thinking that I'm here to help people,
Mm,
and again, just sharing information. We all wanted to look after ourselves, more so than ever during the lockdowns, and now we're keeping that going. People are saying, actually, do you know what? I've got to fill my cup before I can fill other people's cups. So it was very important to be there consistently,
mhm,
and just daily actions. I'm a great believer in small steps daily, rather than a big flurry of activity and then going quiet for a week. Just, hello, I'm here, sending messages, going on social media, meeting people, going for an e-walk like we did recently. So yeah, it's about small steps consistently, because we're all busy. We're all busy. We've all got lives and jobs and families and hobbies and all the rest of it. But you can fit small things into your daily routine. So
yeah.
I sort of have a filter, and I say, is it simple? Is it effective? Is it proven?
Mhm,
Then yes, then I will take that small step and be consistent with it, and just make sure that I'm adding value. As an entrepreneur, you have to be thinking about your business. what is the benefit for the person that will use your services, your products, your modality, join your community? And if you focus on that, then it's very easy to share your gift of whatever you have to offer the world.
Yeah. One more point there I caught. You are full of nuggets of wisdom, Philippa.
Oh,
And that
thank you.
other point is adding value. You know, with that mindset and attitude, I love that. I really, really love that attitude and mindset of how can I add value in your customer's life, in the people that you're serving. And I think that is a congruency, you know, being congruent to that as well. Yeah. So yeah, to our aspiring entrepreneurs out there, or for those of you who are starting out, yes, please remember and remind yourself daily. Yeah, are you congruent to yourself, right? Being true, being authentic, and how are you adding value? You know, whether is it a service or whether is it a product, how are you adding value to the people that you chose to serve, right? I think that is another great point there. Thank you so much, Philippa.
Oh, thank you.
So much nuggets from you here today. Yeah. And of course, you know, in the community, we are all about courage, right? We talk so much about being courageous, practice, to show up with encourage. And at Her Courage Business Network, the word her actually, we wanted it to represent something as well, you know, and that is honor, empathy, and responsibility, because we feel that
Mm.
honor is our code of ethics, empathy is our language, right? And responsibility is how we serve and how we are committed to our passion. Yeah, with that responsibility. So what about yourself? Do you have a set of like core values, and what are they? I know are the non-negotiable.
Yeah, no, a service is right up there.
Mm,
Absolutely right up there. You know, servant leadership is at the core of what I do for everything.
mm,
Integrity, you know, if
mm,
I say I'm going to do something, I do it. You know, honesty, authenticity. I'm not sure, you know, the two are very similar, but
mm,
you know, you tell the truth. You know, you can communicate honestly and openly and authentically. You know, if I can help someone, I will, and if I can't, I usually know somebody who can. You know,
mm,
and that I've learned makes everybody happier, and it also shares the love on it. Moral authority, I suppose they're all very similar on that same curve. You know, I do what I say, you know, I walk the walk, I talk the talk. You know,
mm.
somebody said to me, I met them for coffee last week, and I said, my gosh, I haven't seen you for 6 years and you look exactly the same. I said, look, I'm in a healthy aging business. If I didn't look, you know, good for my age, then I'd be little bit worried. You know,
Yeah.
you know, and again, that personal growth, you know, if you want things to change, you need to grow. You step out of your comfort zone, little
Mm,
steps at a time. It's too scary otherwise. But you very much, you know, what can I do differently? What different choices can I make? You know, where can I stretch myself a little bit? You know, because you keep doing the same things and expecting a different outcome, then you're going to be very disappointed. So it's,
yeah.
you know, just make different choices, small different choices.
Yeah, baby steps, you know, that's that's
Baby
that's
steps.
the that's the word that I always use to remind myself that, yeah, just take baby steps, you know, one step at a time. And and that's when the quote by St. Francis of Assisi comes in. Yeah, I always say this and reminded everyone in the community: start by doing what is necessary, and then you do what is possible, and suddenly you're doing the impossible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that that's great. Impossible is I'm possible. You
I'm
look at it that way.
possible.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's always about creating possibilities, right? Yeah. And one step at a time. And I love what you mentioned earlier also, that you let's walk the talk. right? It's okay to not be okay sometimes, right? We're not perfect, right? Just now you say don't be that perfectionist. You know, we are not perfect. We have our downtimes. You know, we make mistakes due to the limited information, the circumstances. You know, we make decisions that give us an outcome that we may not like it. You know, but it's okay, right? We move on, we learn from it, and then pick up the wisdom from that experience, and then we move forward instead of keep crying over the spilled milk. Yeah, so servant leadership, I love that because that's exactly the theme for our fourth anniversary at Women of
Oh,
Courage
brilliant.
Asia this year. Yes, servant leadership, a heart to serve. Yeah, we want to encourage all our volunteers and our members in the community to work towards being a servant leader. Yeah, and yes, I was just interrupted by Anita. Anita say hi, hi,
Hi, Nita.
hi. Yeah, she went to visit you. You two caught catch up when she was over there in UK, right?
Yeah, she was in Cambridge, which isn't that far from me. So I went up to see her and we had a good chat. It was just like seeing somebody I'd known for years when I've only ever seen her in that little Zoom screen. It was so nice to see it in real life.
Yeah, I mean, we have been, for those who are wondering, like, what are you all talking about? Because Philippa also volunteers with us at Women of Courage Asia, and we have our monthly Empower meeting. So over Zoom, right? So because for those who are overseas, we are not able to meet in person. And Philippa has been with us for how many years now? 1 year, 2 years,
Two,
two
two and a
years,
half.
right?
I think, yeah. So definitely during lockdown is when I started. So
Yeah, and when we finally, not we, but Anita finally get to see you in person. I think that's like so excited. We were like, whoa, I should get to see Philippa in person. I mean, talking about this, sometimes I feel that we take things for granted. Oftentimes, if not for the pandemic, and the lockdown, yeah, I think I'm guilty of like taking meeting in person for granted. Yeah. And it has become so valuable now, when we're able to meet in person. I want to meet in person.
yes, yes,
I'm
real
getting
life.
Zoom fatigue, right?
Oh, yeah. But then I love it. Like, for example, we did the e-walk. We were both on our phones, walking around, chatting away, and that was much more of a connection because it was
Mhm.
face to face. And we were like, "Oh, you're going here's the beach in Singapore, and I'm going here's the reservoir on the canal in England." It was good fun.
And you were like, oops, that's muddy.
Oh, I nearly fell over again.
Yeah, I mean, we do with whatever we can, right? Always, like we said, creating possibilities. If we can't, I mean, we are miles away apart, and unless yeah, there could be a chance. There could be a chance that I can visit you in person.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be probably maybe 1 or 2 years down the road. But who knows, right? Who knows what is going to happen? Yeah. So yes, coming back, we got
Yes.
drifted away. Yeah. Right. Coming back to, yeah, you were talking about the core values, and yeah, you mentioned about integrity, or being honest and telling the truth. And also we talk about stepping out of our comfort zone, and not forgetting to always invest in your personal growth. Yeah. So we're going to wrap this conversation up with very two important words. Yeah. So the question is, what does courage and leadership means to you?
Great questions again. Courage is about showing up as you. I think that's really difficult for people. Particularly women, we've been conditioned to fit, a set of beliefs that aren't necessarily ours. And we present, oh, hi, I'm so and so's mother, I'm so and so's wife, I'm so and so's boss or employee. And it's like, no, this is me, I'm not for everybody and everybody's not for me, but this is who I am. So courage
Mhm.
to do that is something I think you grow into, definitely. And the ladies who share at the Women of Courage Asia meetings, they share their stories. I'm blown away by their courageous behavior in doing that. But it just makes everybody realize, oh, okay, everybody's got a story, so it's really important for that. And leadership, oh, so many things. I could talk for hours on leadership. I think for me, excuse me, leadership is about showing others what the potential that you can see in them when they can't see it for themselves. It's helping people become the best version of themselves, and mentoring, guiding, sharing vision. You're forging a path following somebody else, but the people you're leading may not see that path. So you're helping people see the possibilities. Can they, what do they want to change in life, and how can you help them do that? So it is, sort of showing them what they can't see. So holding a mirror up, for want of a better word.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts and what courage and leadership means to you. I think you said it so well, and I think courage to be you, right? Just take the courage to be you. And I like the part where you saying, putting up seeing the greatness, seeing the greatness and the potential of the people that you are serving. That's leadership, right? And putting up a mirror for them. And the mirror is to show them their greatness, not their flaws, because we are very conditioned to pick on ourselves, beat ourselves up. We are very good at doing that. I think especially women. So we need each other, leaders that see the greatness in us, see the potential in us, and able to draw that out. And so that the world around us, our sphere of influence, the people in our sphere of influence can be blessed by our gifts and talents, which we so often don't see it. Yeah, right.
Definitely.
Wow, there's so much in this such a short conversation. I know the time is up, but for those of you who are just joining us, go back to this recording, this replay, and catch the nuggets of wisdom that Philippa has shared in the beginning. Right from finding your niche to being authentic. Being a lifelong learner, and how you add value to the people that you serve, that you choose to serve, being congruent, and what servant leadership is about. What about your core values? Do you have a core values to guide your business? And remember, your business is an extension of you, right? And whenever you face challenges, it's okay to not be okay at times. Just step out of your comfort zone, invest in your personal growth, take baby steps, right? Take baby steps and keep moving forward. Learn from the experiences, pick up the wisdom, and then move forward. See so much nuggets of wisdom just for this short conversation. And I'm sure you have more, and I would love to hear from you more. But time is running out. So how do we connect with you, Philippa? How do you want the ladies out there to connect with you?
I think Linktree, the link on the screen. So Linktree / Philippa Taylor, that has everything. I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Facebook. And obviously Lilian will be able to find me as well. But always happy to share advice and just talk to people and be, just be supportive as other people are supportive to me. So thank you so much for the opportunity, Lilian. It's been brilliant. Thank you.
You're welcome. So connect with Philippa at Philippa Taylor on the Linktree link that I have included it in the description. You can have a live chat with her. You can shop all her wellness activation products to look and feel fab. And even choose your country. This is not geographically limited, right? You can connect with her on LinkedIn. And if you're interested in knowing more about her online well-being marketing, you can also find that out, right? And you also are on Facebook, right? And yes, definitely on Women of Courage Asia community as well. So we look forward come connect with her, connect with Philippa. And not forgetting, last but not least, our fourth anniversary on the 18th of March. Yes, we are turning four. We are turning four. Yeah, that's a lot of work that has been done on the ground. Being patient, uh, adding value, and witnessing all the transformation by all the volunteers and the members. So we are very, very excited to celebrate their success, celebrate their milestones and breakthrough. So come and be inspired by all these stories of courage and transformation, because that could be you, right? You just respond to the call of courage. Respond to the call of courage. Okay, we're going to also, the link for the registration is also in the description, right? If you can't remember, just go to womenofcourage.asia and and you can navigate through the website as well. All right. Any last words of encouragement you want to share with the audience before we say our goodbye?
Oh, thank you. Just be true to yourself. Look at how you'd like your life to be in 5 years, 10 years, and then work backwards, and then take those baby steps to make that dream a reality. But yeah, as the ad says, just do it. Just take some action against your dreams.
Yeah. Hold on to that dream. Don't give up. All right. So that's all for today. Join us again. You can check out our Voices of Courage Asia YouTube channel. We have a lot more female entrepreneurs sharing their experiences and their journey. So that's a wealth of resources and library of learnings over there at Voices of Courage Asia. Okay, so we'll see you again. Right, today's episode is out of the norm. Usually it's on Tuesday, 12:30. But this is specially catered to Philippa because of the time zone difference. Yeah, but it is
Thank
oh,
you.
it is lunchtime over at your
Yep,
side.
yep. It's lunchtime for me.
Right. Have a great lunch. Enjoy your lunch, and we'll see you soon. All right.
Lovely.
Bye.